2026 is shaping up to be the year truck lovers have been waiting for, because for the first time in decades, automakers are bringing back cheap pickup trucks that don't require selling your kidney to afford one. And yes, we're talking real trucks, not expensive EVs or luxury haulers. These are affordable, simple, and rugged pickups made for people who actually need them. From Mazda's surprise comeback to Toyota's global workhorse and GM's compact revolution, these are the all-new pickup trucks launching in 2026 for under $10,000. Let's start with the one no one saw coming, Mazda's new budget pickup. After years of being out of the game, Mazda is jumping back into the compact truck scene, and it's doing it in a big way, but stripped down for affordability. It's small, practical, and purpose-built, designed for developing markets and first-time buyers. Think rear-wheel drive, a small diesel or hybrid engine, and just enough tech to feel modern without being fancy. The interior, pure functionality, manual windows, durable materials, and no oversized touchscreen nonsense. Mazda's goal is clear: make a reliable, stylish, and cheap pickup for under 10 grand that still carries that trademark Mazda driving feel. Early leaks suggest it's going to blend utility with that zoom DNA, making it one of the most interesting affordable trucks of the year. Next up, Toyota's IMV0. And this one is making serious noise around the world. Toyota says this is more than just a truck. It's a platform for everyone. The IMV0 is built around modularity and low cost, which means it can be configured as a pickup, delivery van, mobile shop, or even a mini off-roader. Starting around $10,000 in some regions, this thing is pure simplicity. A ladder frame chassis, reliable diesel or petrol engine, and an easy-to-fix mechanical setup. No software headaches, no unnecessary gadgets, just Toyota toughness. It's like a modern reincarnation of the old Hilux spirit. Tough, basic, and built to last. And Toyota isn't shy about its goal here. They want to dominate the global low-cost truck market, especially in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Expect it to hit more markets in 2026, and don't be surprised if American buyers start begging Toyota to bring it stateside. And then there's the comeback kid from GM, the Chevrolet Montana. It's already been making waves in South America, but 2026 could be the year it goes global. The new Montana isn't your traditional pickup. It's a compact unibody truck, similar in size to a Ford Maverick, but at a fraction of the price. Under $10,000 in its entry form, it's powered by a 1.2-liter turbo engine, giving it surprising performance and fuel efficiency for the price. Inside, it's modern and surprisingly refined for a budget pickup. You get digital displays, practical storage, and a cabin that feels way more premium than you'd expect. GM's strategy is smart. Make a city-friendly truck that can still haul, tow, and handle light work without breaking the bank. It's proof that affordable trucks don't have to feel cheap anymore. What's really happening here is a quiet revolution in the truck market. For years, automakers have been obsessed with luxury trims, massive touchscreens, and $70,000 price tags, forgetting the people who actually built the truck industry in the first place. Now, the pendulum is swinging back. Mazda, Toyota, and GM are leading a wave of back-to-basics pickups designed for a world where practicality and price matter more than chrome grills and digital dashboards. Take Mazda's new pickup again. It's not trying to compete with full-size monsters like the F-150 or the Silverado. Instead, it's filling a gaping hole in the market. An affordable, light-duty work truck for people who just need something reliable. Farmers, delivery drivers, small business owners. This truck was made for them. And because it's compact and efficient, it's perfect for urban areas where fuel prices are high and space is limited. Mazda's engineers have hinted that this truck could even use a small hybrid powertrain, making it both cheap to buy and cheap to run. It's the kind of truck that could quietly become a global bestseller without anyone realizing it until it's everywhere. Meanwhile, Toyota's IMV0 is doing something bold. It's handing customization back to the buyer. The truck's modular body means you can literally build it the way you want. Need a flatbed? Bolt it on. Want a box van for your food business? Swap it in. Want to convert it into a camper? Toyota's design lets you do it in hours, not weeks. It's genius. A blank canvas truck that adapts to your needs instead of forcing you into a preset trim level. And because it uses Toyota's bulletproof engines, it's built to survive anything. There's even talk of EV and hydrogen versions later down the line, showing that Toyota is playing the long game here. Affordability first, then evolution. Then we have the Chevrolet Montana, GM's secret weapon in the affordable truck war. While the US market has seen trucks get bigger and more expensive, the Montana is going the opposite direction. Smaller, smarter, and ridiculously affordable. It's the kind of pickup that appeals to younger buyers who don't want a giant gas guzzler but still need the utility of a truck, and GM knows this. That's why the Montana feels youthful. clean design, sporty proportions, and just enough tech to feel modern. The turbo engine gives it a punchy drive, and even though it's a unibody, it's surprisingly capable. It's not built for towing a yacht, but it's perfect for hauling gear, doing weekend projects, or even using as a daily driver. Together, these three trucks are rewriting the rules of what a pickup can be in 2026. They're proving that you don't need luxury to have value, and that simplicity can actually be a selling point. Buyers are waking up. They're tired of overpriced trucks with features they'll never use. What they want is honest design, real capability, and a price that doesn't destroy their wallet. And that's exactly what these new pickups deliver. Mazda's comeback truck will appeal to drivers who love simplicity and reliability. Toyota's IMV0 will be the global workhorse that powers small businesses. And the GM Montana? It's going to attract a new generation of urban truck owners who just want something practical, affordable, and fun to drive. But there's a much bigger question here. The much bigger question is, why now? Why are all these automakers suddenly turning their attention back to cheap, no-nonsense pickups after ignoring that market for decades? The answer is simple. The world is changing fast, and the traditional truck formula just doesn't fit anymore. High inflation, global fuel costs, and rising material prices have forced people to rethink what they actually need in a vehicle. Automakers like Mazda, Toyota, and GM saw this shift coming. And instead of chasing luxury profits, they're chasing volume and practicality. They know that millions of people worldwide need a durable, efficient, and low-cost truck, not a rolling smartphone that costs as much as a house deposit. Mazda's new pickup fits perfectly into that mindset. It's lean, efficient, and built to last. No excess weight, no unnecessary tech, just solid engineering. Insiders say Mazda is targeting markets like Southeast Asia, Africa, and Latin America first, the places where affordability actually means survival in the auto business. But here's the twist. If it takes off globally, there's nothing stopping Mazda from tweaking it for Western markets too. Imagine a compact Mazda pickup sitting at dealerships for under $12K in the US or Europe. It would sell faster than Mazda could build them. Toyota, on the other hand, is thinking globally right from the start. The IMV0 isn't just another pickup. It's a multi-purpose mobility platform designed for everything from cargo delivery to adventure builds. And that's the secret sauce: versatility. In developing nations, it could be a work truck or taxi. In developed ones, it could be a lifestyle vehicle or a small business on wheels. And Toyota knows how to keep things affordable. By using existing parts from its global lineup, they're cutting costs while maintaining legendary reliability. This is the same formula that made the Hilux a global icon, and Toyota is about to repeat history, only cheaper, lighter, and smarter. Then there's GM's Montana, which is arguably the most modern of the three. It's showing that even affordable pickups can have comfort and style without blowing the budget. It's built with young buyers in mind, people who live in cities but want the flexibility of a pickup. GM cleverly kept costs low by using its compact crossover platform, meaning parts, engines, and interiors are shared across multiple models. That's why they can sell it at such a low price point without sacrificing quality. And since the Montana is already selling strong in Latin America, it's only a matter of time before GM expands production and brings it to new markets hungry for affordable options. What's really wild is that these three trucks, Mazda's reborn compact, Toyota's IMV0, and GM's Montana, might be the start of a global price war in the pickup segment. Other automakers are watching closely. Brands like Ford, Nissan, and even Hyundai are reportedly studying this trend, preparing their own budget-friendly trucks to compete. If that happens, we could be looking at the first major affordability revolution in the automotive world in over 20 years. And that means, for the first time in a long time, everyday buyers. For the first time in a long time, everyday buyers might finally have real choices again. No more being forced into massive payments for oversized trucks loaded with features you'll never touch. No more $900 monthly loans just to haul a bag of cement or a dirt bike. This new generation of sub-10K pickups is putting freedom back into the hands of normal drivers, the people who actually need their trucks for work, family, and daily life. not just weekend show-offs. Mazda's pickup symbolizes that return to basics, that raw, driver-focused DNA Mazda's known for, translated into a working machine. It's not trying to be flashy, it's trying to be dependable and honest, something that's been missing from the market for years. If Mazda nails the pricing and durability, it could become the spiritual successor to those old-school mini-trucks that people still talk about today. Simple, reliable, and unkillable. Meanwhile, Toyota's IMV0 feels like a blueprint for the future of mobility. It's not bound by one identity. It's modular, flexible, and built to evolve. That's a huge advantage in emerging markets where one truck might serve as a shop during the day and a delivery vehicle at night. Toyota's planning to build local assembly hubs in multiple countries, cutting down costs and creating jobs, a smart move that could make the IMV0 a household name by 2026. And let's be honest, when people hear Toyota, they already think bulletproof reliability. Combine that reputation with low pricing and easy repairability, and you've got a truck that could dominate for decades. The Chevrolet Montana, though, brings the modern flavor this new truck generation needed. It's stylish, city-friendly, and efficient, appealing to a younger crowd that's never owned a pickup before. It's basically saying, you don't have to be a contractor to drive a truck. GM is betting that younger consumers, especially in urban areas, will love the balance of practicality and affordability. Imagine college students, small business owners, or first-time buyers being able to afford a brand-new pickup without drowning in debt. The Montana makes that possible, and it's quietly showing that small can still be cool. And here's where things get even more interesting. If these pickups sell as expected, we might see a complete rethinking of the global truck hierarchy. Automakers could start scaling back on massive, overpriced models and reinvesting in the compact, affordable segment. Governments might even encourage these smaller trucks as part of efficiency or sustainability programs. It's a domino effect that could reshape how the entire truck industry operates, because when buyers start realizing they can get a tough, reliable, brand-new pickup for under $10,000, when buyers start realizing they can get a tough, reliable, brand-new pickup for under $10,000, the entire market is going to shift overnight. Think about it. Why would anyone spend $50,000 or more on a bloated full-size truck when they can buy something that does 80% of the job for a fraction of the cost? Once that idea catches on, the truck market we know today will never be the same. And that's exactly what Mazda, Toyota, and GM are betting on. They're not just building cheap trucks. They're building a new class of vehicles that challenge how we think about practicality, value, and ownership. Mazda's betting on refinement and reliability. Toyota's betting on modularity and global appeal. GM's betting on design and everyday versatility. Three different strategies, all chasing the same dream. But it's more than just a business play. It's a cultural reset. For years, trucks have been symbols of excess. Massive, overpowered, overloaded with tech. Vehicles that were less about work and more about status. These new pickups flip that script completely. They're honest, functional, and human, built for people who actually use their trucks for something real. It's like a throwback to the golden age of trucks, the 1980s and 90s, when a pickup was a tool, not a toy. Mazda's upcoming truck captures that perfectly. You can almost imagine it parked outside a small farm, a construction site, or even a city cafe run by someone who built their business from the ground up. It's a truck with soul, not software. Toyota's IMV0, on the other hand, feels like the future. Designed for adaptability, it's a global product for a global audience. Whether you're in rural Thailand, downtown Nairobi, or a remote Australian outpost, it's the same story. Durable, affordable, fixable. That's Toyota's magic. And GM's Montan, that's the lifestyle piece. Proof that affordable doesn't mean outdated. It's the kind of pickup you could take to work during the week and to the beach on the weekend. It's practical, but it still has flair. The Montana is GM's quiet rebellion against the bloated American truck trend. A reminder that small can still be smart, and value doesn't have to mean compromise. But as these trucks hit the market, there's something bigger at play. Automakers are about to discover just how hungry people are for simplicity again. Years of rising prices, chip shortages, and overcomplication have pushed buyers to the edge. These trucks are the first real answer to that frustration. Vehicles built on the promise that affordability doesn't have to mean cheap quality. And if this trend keeps building momentum, we could be standing on the edge of a new automotive revolution, one that flips the power dynamic completely. For decades, automakers have dictated what buyers should want: bigger engines, bigger screens, bigger payments. But now, the market is speaking back. People are demanding simplicity, reliability, and affordability. And these three trucks are answering that call louder than anyone expected. Mazda's entry shows that you don't need to be a massive automaker to make a big impact. They're proving that with the right design philosophy, lightweight engineering, proven engines, and minimal electronics, you can create something that's not only affordable but enjoyable to drive. Insiders say the chassis tuning will carry that classic Mazda responsiveness, even in a work truck. That means a pickup that's not just practical, but fun, a rare combination in this price range. Toyota's IMV0 is already being called a Lego truck by fans online, and for good reason. Every bolt, every panel, every section of that truck is designed for flexibility. You could buy a basic cabin chassis for under $10K and build whatever you want on top of it. Toyota's betting on the power of customization, giving small businesses and individual owners the tools to design their own vehicles. It's a bold, empowering move that breaks away from the cookie-cutter approach of traditional truck design. And it's no surprise that it's already generating massive interest across Asia and Africa, markets where adaptability means everything. Then there's the GM Montana, which shows that budget doesn't have to mean boring. It's compact, comfortable, and cleverly designed. And the turbocharged engine gives it just the right punch. GM has quietly turned the Montana into a lifestyle statement, positioning it as the truck for people who want utility without the bulk. It's got that perfect blend of affordability and aspiration, and that's why it's selling like crazy in Brazil and Argentina already. Once GM figures out how to mass-produce it globally, this could be the pickup that redefines what a starter truck looks like. And here's where things start to get really interesting. Other automakers are already watching this space like hawks. Ford, for example, is rumored to be developing a stripped-down version of the Maverick for global markets, targeting the same price bracket. Nissan is exploring a next-generation Frontier variant that ditches the expensive tech to bring the price way down. Even Chinese brands are entering the scene with ultra-low-cost pickups that could pressure everyone else to follow suit. In other words, the floodgates are opening. Once the idea of a capable $10,000 truck hits mainstream awareness,